Alright everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be playing some Rainbow Six Siege and I'm going to be going over the best loadout and tactic for using each of the classes of operators. Today I'll be going over the FIB. It's kind of, you guys can see here, it's the Independence Day stuff and you gotta play as the FBI. So yeah, we're going to be going over that. So first up we're gonna check out Ash. Now Ash is gonna have two guns. She's gonna have the G36C as well as the R4C assault rifle. I know a lot of people use this, but I actually prefer the G36C. It actually, as you can see down in the right hand corner, the recoil pattern is a lot less for the G36C, making it easier to bang out those headshots through windows. However, the most preferred and what I think is the best strategy for using Ash would be to run in, use that small hitbox, and get as many kills as fast as you possibly can. She's a quick operator, so I'd go probably, if you want to go that route, use the R4 assault rifle. So attachments, I would go with a holographic. If it ever loads, I definitely put a holographic and then probably a flash hider or compensator for small burst or rapid firing. And then I would also just throw on that grip to help reduce that recoil a bit. And then for handguns, I definitely go with the USG. It's got more damage and it holds, or no, it has less damage, but it holds 20 rounds, and as you can see, that recoil pattern down in the corner, there's hardly any recoil, which means you're going to be able to get those quick kills with handgun when you're running in, if you run out of ammo with your R4. And then I'd also throw on the stun grenade to flash into rooms. I wouldn't go with the breach charge because Ash already has a breach charge as her special weapon, so it's kind of pointless to have that many breach charges. You're not going to need that. I'm also going to go over the coolest uniforms combinations they have as well. So for the headgear, if you're kind of like more stylistic and not really what's the word for it, like this is more of a style rather than playability, whereas this will stand out more than, say, this. I actually think that this hat is probably the coolest, along with either the KT Highlander uniform or the Demolition's khaki uniform. Those would be my two preferred uniforms options for Ash. Okay, now we're gonna move on to the next one, Thermite. Thermite's got a really good assault rifle. I'd stay away from his shotgun. It's just, I don't know. I don't think it's necessary to use a shotgun. So, plus his assault rifle is just too dang good. I'd equip a ACOG sight on that to be able to peek around corners, get the angles, and then also use a compensator or flash hider again for rapid firing or burst recoil reduction. And depending on what you want to do, I actually have an angled grip on it now, but you can also go with the vertical grip to reduce that recoil more. Then for his secondary, again, I'd probably go with the USG. It's totally up to you. I used to play with this, but I don't use the FBI very much anymore. So, but looking at it now, I'd definitely probably go with the USG. And then for your gadget, I have claymores on. Just, it's personal preference with this, depending on your play style. If you're moving in slowly, or if you want to rush into rooms, flash flash your enemies. It's totally up to you. Headgear, I would Thermite does have the special the bureau, so totally an option, but that I think it is pretty cool. You could get that. He's got quite a flashy green helmet there, but I think the best one for your money is gonna be definitely be this one. Looks mean. It's really cool, but it's totally up to you. And as you can see, he doesn't have any uniforms except the vintage bureau, which is definitely a good option if you use him a lot and you want to spend a little money. Next up on the list is Castle. So we're getting into the defense FBI operators. Definitely I'd go with the USG, the UMP, my bad, but totally up to you again if you like using shotguns over machine guns. As you can see, the UMP has little to no recoil at all, which makes it great. And I would go with the holographic. I would put an ACOG on it, but you cannot put an ACOG on this gun, which kind of sucks, so definitely go with that holographic. And then I put a compensator on for recoil spread, reduction of rapid firing. You can also put the flash hider on it if you're more into small bursts, or if you are playing on a longer map or trying to window peek. Get that extended barrel, that works really well as well. And then the vertical grip, because I feel like the vertical grip is more useful for defenders, as you don't need to pull your gun up really fast as the defender, especially if you're sitting around. And then again, personal preference here. Impacts are always useful, making holes in walls and whatnot like that, but the deployable shields also can be very useful as well. I'd definitely go with impacts, as not all operators can use them, so it's kind of nice. And then you can get away with not using a deployable shield. So yeah. And then headgears for Castle. The best one for the money, if you like to be flashy, I'd definitely go with like this one or this one. This one's a little more on the spendy side, but it's kind of crazy. But if you want to, this is my favorite one, but it's a little more spendy, so if you're looking to save a little money, I'd definitely go with this one as well. It's pretty neat. Castle is an operator I use occasionally. However, there's other defensive operators that I prefer over him. Overall, though, he's a great operator for keeping enemies from peeking windows, because if they want to peek the window, they'd have to blow it up so you know exactly where they are. It's just, yeah, he could be really useful, or he can be really terrible if you don't have the right person playing him. And that's the same with Pulse as well. If you don't have a good Pulse and someone is trying to play Pulse, it's just not gonna end well for anyone. So again, the UMP, same attachments. I'd go with the USG as well, and then I'd use Pulse's nitrocell. Barbed wire is kind of pointless, but I mean, it can help, but I don't really see a point if you have the nitrocell. You should probably go with that. Taking out shield guys, it's a lot easier. And then for headgear for Pulse, I would definitely he doesn't have a lot of good headgears, but I'd definitely probably get this is probably the best one, unless, I don't know. Well, it's hard to say. Like, this one I think is just weird, and it's super expensive for how not very cool it is. This one's kind of, I don't know. Totally up to you though. This one I do think is kind of cool. This one I just don't like the sunglasses. I think they look kind of weird. There are a few better ones, that you can buy with actual money instead of renown. However, I didn't really want to spend the money, and you can see he has no uniform. So, and then for the strategy for Pulse, again, don't use Pulse if you're a new player, especially in ranked. If you want to try him out, get a little better with him, definitely go ahead, because Pulse is a great player, and if you're really good with him, he's really going to help your team out. I would definitely roam around with him, using your scanner to find where the enemies are and then pick them off when they least expect it. So if you're going to do that, you could also put a suppressor on your gun, would help hide you a little bit more. Could be very effective as well. Totally up to you guys, but yeah, Pulse is definitely a roaming operator, but he can be very effective inside the objective room as well. So it's totally up to you. Sorry I haven't been posting in a while. It was the 4th of July. I was kind of busy, just didn't really get around to it. I'll try to keep posting more. So I hope you guys had a good 4th of July, and hope this helps you out a little bit. Maybe not. Leave a comment. Make sure you like, subscribe. Yeah, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.